You found it in the fourth quarter, but,
We found Donovan Mitchell.
yeah, yeah.
Or Donovan Mitchell found himself. I don't know, found us. I don't know, however you want to.
Yeah.
It was one of the best performances I've seen. We had 35 in the second half. I mean, he kind of carried us. And then DG got it going. That was big. Wizards played great. Give them credit. It was exciting. They got a lot of they got a lot of young talent. Credit to them for making it tough. Looked like it was going to be a blowout at one point, but good job by our guys staying with it.
How'd you turn their water off the last quarter and a half?
I'd say Lonzo was a big part of that. We put him on CJ. We made that run with CJ out, and and then CJ came back in. We tried to stick Lonzo on him. Lonzo's 6'6.5", hell of a defender. Because no one else had success. We tried Jalen on him. We tried Dean Wade on him. He's too quick for those guys, so Zoe could kind of keep up with him, and then with his length, get the contest. Chris?
Hey, Kenny.
Chris.
Just overall, what is the feeling after this one, especially on the heels of that film session that you had on Tuesday, wanting more effort?
Well, my defensive film session did not work too well. The way we played defense, we gotta play better defense if we're gonna do something this year. Again, it's nothing, taking nothing away from the Wizards. We had a lot of breakdowns. Credit to them, but we weren't good defensively. So that was, offensively, I felt like our film sessions did work because we got to the paint. All right, we were in the paint. I think 54% of our shots were in the paint. Donovan just wasn't shooting threes. He was at the rim a lot. DG was the old DG. He was in the paint and making plays. So that was a real positive. Our offense, how we attacked the rim, attacked the paint.
At the start of the fourth quarter, you used a lineup that you haven't used at all throughout the course of this season. What made you go to that, and what did you see from that group?
That
you
was
went
the
with
CP lineup?
The four
CP?
guards.
So I'll give Johnny Bryant credit for that. I wasn't going to put CP in. I was like, if he's like, put CP in. Like, listen to me. And that was a great call by Johnny. I thought that kind of changed the game, right? Like he got some steals and the rebounds and CP, Chris has had a couple of those games this year where it feels like he comes in and like changes the spirit, shifts the energy of the game. He was our spark plug tonight.
And then you mentioned the defense and try and get a different level out of that. Like, what are you seeing at that end of the floor that isn't going right
Just
for you
too
guys?
much. They're too much in our paint and our rim. We're not sealing off our paint. We're sealing off our rim. I know, a guy like Bagley pulls Evan out to the 3-point line. But this is the NBA, right? Like we have to find a better way. I felt like they were in our paint all night, and the first half, they were hot, right? They were hitting shots and hitting some tough shots. But second half, I thought they were again way too many paint touches. They had a couple transition defense breakdowns. So, we have not been sharp these last 10 games defensively. Got to keep working on it.
And you talked pregame about Lonzo and just staying with him through his struggles. To see him hit that three, those 2 free throws late in the game, does that make you feel rewarded for that confidence that you've put in him?
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess I'll pat myself on the back for that, Chris. Good job. But yeah, because I know I know the player. I know it's going to turn. Started to turn tonight. But really, where he was stellar, like I told David, it was his defense. That was the real reason we wanted him in the game. He's an elite defender in this league. Any rebate gets in there and rebounds. we needed him tonight. Needed a big game for him. We had some other guys struggling.
All right, so first off, obviously it was a very clutch performance towards the end of the game, but I also wanted to note that heading into the fourth quarter, your bench players were outscored 30-2 by the Wizards bench players. So, of course, knowing this, the fact that the Wizards, one of the weaknesses, and from my observations of them, has been their bench play. How much of this is a concern in your opinion, and what adjustments do you believe need to be made for future reference?
Concerned about our bench? Is that what you're saying, basically?
Not per se, but more so if there are any sort of, if it possibly raised any proverbial red flags that that they were outscored 30-2.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Wizards bench played great. Our bench has been good all year. Good lately. Especially with our absences. So, Naquan had some foul trouble. Some discipline, things going on there with his defense. TB, we decided to go small, so we went away from him. Craig Porter Jr. was really great. Dean gave us solid minutes, but I think it was probably more about them playing well. But, yeah, sure, our bench could play better.
Certainly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.